Hey y'all. So my name is Gigi Kneep. I am presenting my project for my community in words and pictures. This is for social and economic justice too, with Dr. Stephen Kaufman. Um, so I am presenting Newark, Delaware, which is where I currently reside. Newark, Delaware was founded by Scots, Irish, and Welsh settlers in 1692. Delaware, as a state, is also known as the first state. Um, the most current number of residents in the 19711 zip code is 50,045 residents. Um, Now we are 100% a college town in Newark, Delaware. Therefore, our largest age group in the 19711 zip code is 20 to 24-year-olds. Please note that while I reside in Newark, Delaware with the 19711 zip code, in subsequent slides, it is also referred to as North Star. Um, that's just going to clear up any confusion early on. Um, Here is a map of Newark, Delaware. Um, as you can see, my community is outlined in red, but you will also see that we border on Maryland from where my home is to Elkton, Maryland is about a 10-minute drive. Um, you can also see right outside of the community is Christiana Care, which is the largest hospital in Delaware, and it's also my place of employment. Um, we have the casino, Delaware Park, which is considered one of the attractions in my county. It is not part of my community, and I'm not sure why Food Lion is highlighted, but apparently Food Lion is part of my community. Um, Location wise, I'm going to say I'm in a good location because we're kind of centrally located, um, about 45 minutes from Baltimore and about 50 minutes to Philadelphia. So good for travel and, out of town experiences. Uh, the racial identities in Newark, Delaware, it's disproportionately large number of white persons at 79.4%. Um, we have 6.7 Black, 6.4% Asian, 5.5% Hispanic, two or more races at 1.7%, and 0.2% at others. Again, as earlier stated, 19711 community is a college town. Uh, and you can see a disproportionately large number of the 20 to 25-year-olds, where we have about 1,800 females and about 1,400 males. Um, I, I come in at age 45, and we also have a very small number of older adults in this community, as you can see. Makes for some frustrating times and some loud parties. um, as a community, you can see we are, this is not the average community as compared to the state average. Our Black race population is below the state average. The median age is also below the state average, and not surprisingly, the number of college students is above the state average. Income estimates uh, for my zip code 19711 versus statewide. The estimated median household income, uh, $142,464, whereas in the state of Delaware it is $70,176. Um, I, I don't know if this quite makes sense to me. As most of the residents in this community are broke college kids. I'm not sure if they're reporting their parents' income. The homes that do border the college campus are typically single family ranch style homes, lots of apartment living. So, it was a reliable source where I got this data from, but again, it doesn't quite make sense to me as a member of this community and what I see on a day to day basis. Educational statistics for the population 25 years of age and over in 19711. We have a 96.7% for high school or higher, a 50.9% for bachelor's degree or higher, which I'm one of them. Uh, Graduate or professional degree, 23.7, which I will be one of those. Very low unemployment rate, 3.5%. And the mean travel time to work is about 24.4 minutes. As far as our crime rate, um, fortunately, we have a pretty low crime rate as far as murders, rapes as well. It's, any number is too high, in any of these categories, but, we're in pretty good shape. Uh, I'll say most recently last year there was the rape and sexual assault of a college aged female, and that may have been one of the first times I actually saw the community. They banded together in protest of potential outcomes for the perpetrators. So um, you know the highest percentage of crime that we have here is definitely thefts and burglaries, which kind of makes sense. Um, college kids tend to be a bit of an easy target, and there's there's a lot of expensive cars and spoiled kids who run around with their parents' money and act carelessly. So, the fact that there is a pretty high number of thefts in the area makes perfect sense. But again, only two murders in this 13-year time span. So overall, I would say this is a safe community. Um, I included registered sex offenders as this, as a mother, this is something that I visit and visit often. Um, you know, uh, I will say that you see a rather large concentration, and that can only be explained by we have a low budget motel. Um, in the community, but off the beaten path of foot traffic. And we have several nonprofits in the area that are contracted with the Red Roof Inn to support some type of reentry into the community. So we definitely have a large concentrated number of offenders. Um, you know, 200 and 162 too many, in my opinion. But these are the statistics of registered sex offenders. Uh, 205 residents to one registered sex offender. As far as road safety, this makes sense as well. You know, the vehicles, drunk persons, and persons, um, vehicular fatalities, again, lots of college parties, lots of drunk driving. We also, why I believe our persons is so high is because we have train tracks and several deaths have been reported on those train tracks. So that makes sense why that would also be high in that category. This is the one formal institution in my community, which is the University of Delaware. As you can see, the University of Delaware is located in Newark, Delaware. It's the largest university in Delaware. It offers three associate's programs, 148 bachelor's programs, 121 master's programs, and 55 doctoral programs across 8 colleges. These are the top three employers in the 19711 area code. We have Gore, which manufactures medical devices, the University of Delaware, and GE Manufacturing Incorporated. Um, as far as a sense of community, so much traffic and not long-term residents. We do have a George Wilson Community Center, which offers community activities, youth uh, inspired and driven baseball. They have a swimming pool, a small pavilion, playground equipment. Um, they have a party rental space. So if we had any type of community um, activities, it would be at the community center. Um, as far as my good community assessment, what I can say about Newark, Delaware is it definitely lacks diversity in age and race. However, it does offer residents a safe place to live with low crime rates, as you can see. We have abundant educational and employment opportunities. The accessible community center with the park. We also have many restaurants and small businesses through town. We have Main Street and it, it- many small businesses, privately owned, mom and pop shops. We do in the summertime, I believe it's on Wednesday night every other week, we do something called Newark Night, which is, patrons come in and live music and restaurants all offer small tasting plates. So definitely a good opportunities to build community, although I never partake because it's it's always a bunch of people that I have nothing in common with, a bunch of college age kids that are out getting intoxicated, and not something that I would want to participate in as something I would choose to have a community with. What would I change? I would definitely change, like I couldn't find any information about homeless statistics in Newark, Delaware. Nothing, there's really nothing to serve this population. And I think I would change just that. Every morning I walk my dogs and I see a large number of homeless folk at the post office, sitting in front of the Walgreens. I would offer more to them, help them get off the street, let them know that Newark is an approachable community, a helpful community, and a strong community. And I definitely don't feel that from the community in which I reside. Um, but I'm here, I've been here, and I'm going to stay here. Uh, Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to present. Have a lovely week.